What is up, everyone? Welcome to the top scorers for game week 1. We are less than 24 hours away from the deadline. So what I've done is I've gone to FPL review and I've got you the top 10 scorers for each position, all the way from goalkeeper to forward. We're going to be looking into it, and hopefully that helps you in your squad structure as well, in terms of building your squad and finalizing those last few moves. So if you're new, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button as well, and let's get into the video. Alright, first up, goalkeepers. Now, by now, most of you might have a Ramsdale or maybe even a Sanchez or maybe even a Ward. More into that a bit later. But these are the top 10 goalkeepers. On your left, what you've got is the top goalkeepers for game week 1 in terms of expected points. And on your right, what you've got is for the projected next 5 game weeks in terms of expected points. They've been sorted. The top 10 goalkeepers for both for game week 1 on the left and the next 5 game weeks on the right. Now, Alisson on top because Liverpool's defense is quite high, but you're probably not going to have an Alisson because there's a third Liverpool spot taken. You're most likely going to have a Ramsdale. Most of the drafts I've seen have Ramsdale. Some might even have an Ederson or Mendy as well. That's a popular option, and the points kind of show that he's also a popular option in terms of returns. Now, recently, over the last couple of days, there has been the talk about maybe Leicester double up of Ward and Iverson. Now, if you look at this in FPL review, Ward and Iverson, they've been put at 52 and 37 minutes in terms of expected minutes, because there's talk that maybe Leicester might get a new keeper. We don't know really, but let's say, for example, if you thought Ward was confirmed, he's going to be playing about 90 minutes. What I've done is, if you just see on the left, right below, I've increased his minutes, expected minutes to 90, and that also increases his expected points. And that brings his expected points over the next 5 game weeks to about 17.2. So if you compare that onto the table on the right, 17.2 would put you somewhere between Sanchez and Sa for the next 5 game weeks. For a 4 million goalkeeper, if you think he's going to be starting for the next 5 game weeks, that's a pretty good shout. So in that specific situation, you could probably be in a Ward and Sanchez combo. That's a nice combo that rotates well. When Sanchez has Man United in game week 1, Ward has Brentford, maybe it's worth a punt. And maybe it frees up a 0.5 or a 1 million in your team. That could help you. If you think his minutes, if you think his guaranteed minutes like 90 minutes, then you could probably play around on FPL Review's model and kind of change it and see what his expected points will be. Same thing, I've compared it for the single game week, just this game week alone. 3.8 points, if you look at the first column, 3.8 points is what's predicted. If you put that and see in this table, it'll be matching with David De Gea. He'll be basically the 6th expected points, or 6th highest expected points goalkeeper at only 4 million. Maybe that's something that interests you. If it is, you could probably try it out and see how it goes. But do keep in mind that there is a possibility that later down in the line that Leicester could sign another goalkeeper. So I wouldn't really recommend the double up of Ward and Iverson. Maybe a Ward with another goalkeeper, whether that's Ramsdale or whether that's Sanchez. That's a possibility that you could try out and see. Now, let's move on to defenders. On the left, we've got the same thing. In this case, I've got top 11 for defenders on the left. Is that left? Yes. And on the right, we've got top 10 for the next 5 game weeks. Now, on the left, the reason I put top 11 is because Perisic comes in at 11th spot. And if you see, his only expected minutes are about 55 minutes. Now, if you think he's going to get 75 minutes, those expected points do increase. So then he becomes a much better option. Again, we're not sure whether he'll get 75 minutes or whether he'll play below 60. We're not really sure. It basically depends on your risk appetite. So check that out. See what suits you. But yeah. Left, you've seen the Liverpool defense. All 4 Liverpool defenders are on top because they're expected to keep a clean sheet. On your right, though, you got the likes of Trent, Robertson, Cancelo. Basically, the standard. They are the standard in terms of defenders. They are supposed to score the most points from the defense in the next 5 game weeks. So that's your defense. Let's move on to midfield. Midfielder Salah is on top, and not only Salah on top for this game week alone out of all the players, he's on top probably for the next 5 game weeks as well, which makes him the best captaincy option for this game week because he has the he's the highest expected point scorer for this game week. It makes him the best captaincy option. In terms of other midfielders for this game week alone, Son, Salah, Luis Diaz, Bruno Fernandes, interestingly as well, if he ends up playing in a false 9 position because Martial is out, we don't know. It could be a possibility. Myself, I think he might still play in that number 8 role, and we could see maybe a Rashford move in there. But for the next 5 game weeks, you've got Salah, KDB, Son, Luis Diaz, Saka projected to play in those the top 5 midfielders for expected points. That's your midfielders. I'm not really sure on KDB yet. In the Community Shield, we saw him play as a second striker in the first half, and in the second half, he was more deeper when the likes of Alvarez and Foden were on. So maybe that's a difference in position based on the system. So we'll have to see where exactly KDB ends up playing. If he's playing that second striker role, like he did in the first half of the Community Shield, then he becomes a really good option as an FPL asset. And also then you could probably see why he matches up in second place for midfielders in terms of expected points over the next 5 game weeks. Finally, forwards, Kane right on top for this game week because of that fixture against Southampton. Haaland just below, but Kane being on top for this game week. On your left, what you see, that means he is the second best captaincy option as well. So if you don't own a Salah, I've seen a couple of people go with no Salah, then you probably have a Kane. If you have a Kane, he's a really good captaincy option for this game week. You could probably try and give the armband to him, and he should probably do well. However, for the next 5 game weeks, over the course of the next 5 game weeks, Haaland is supposed to come out on top over Kane. But Gabriel Jesus is also there in the top 3, so which is why kind of justifies his ownership right now because his expected points are also quite high. So let me know what you think about this. Darwin Núñez also right there at 10th spot in the next 5 game weeks. Will he climb up this table a bit more? We'll wait and see. We'll see how it goes. But this is what is expected for this game week and also the next 5 game weeks. Let me know in the comments what you thought about all of this. Salah right now is the best captaincy option. Let me know who is in your team. Who are you putting the armband on? If this video kind of helped you to try and see which players are better right now, let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're trying to get to 350 subscribers. Hopefully we hit it before the deadline. There will also be a deadline day stream today, 2 hours before the deadline. So deadline day stream 2 hours before the deadline. I'll see you all then. Have a good day everyone, and let's enjoy the football. See you all later.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is